Hi everyone, this is Jolene Teo from ALE Property in Melbourne. Today I'm going to do a short video on the purchasing process of a single contract property in Australia that mainly will cover the actual buying procedure and process, the acquisition cost involved, and also the payment terms. A single contract property generally refers to properties like apartments or townhouses. Essentially, you're signing one contract. So let's start from there. The payment terms will be easier to explain. Usually, you pay a 10% deposit or down payment at the beginning where you sign the contract, and there's no progressive payment. You don't pay anything else until when the property is ready to settle at its physical completion, meaning it's ready to be handed over to you. The duration from the 10% to the balance 90% depends on at which stage do you buy the property and how long the construction is going to take. If you need something quick, generally would advise you to buy something that's nearly completed. If you would like a longer time to settle, we will advise you to look for something that's just launched that will take probably 18 months to complete. Next, let's talk about the cost involved in purchasing a property in Australia. First of all, you have the stamp duty. Stamp duty varies from state to state, but in Victoria, where I am, it's about 5 to 5.5%. And as a foreigner, you have to pay another stamp duty, but it's called a foreigner levy. It's currently at 8% of the property price. And thirdly, also as a foreigner, you have to apply for an approval from the FIRB, the Foreign Investment Review Board, to buy a property here. This one is a one-off fee that you pay upfront. Currently, it's at about 6,350 Australian dollars. And lastly, you have the legal fees, and this is usually rather inexpensive. In the range of around 1,100 to 1,500. So these are the main costs that you will incur when buying a property here. As for the process or the buying process, as soon as you've identified or picked a unit that you like, it's available, you can then usually pay a holding deposit, a small holding fee, and then while waiting for the contract to be issued. So generally between 7 to 14 days you will sign the contract. Solicitor of course will go through which page to sign and what needs to be done, and that as well will come together with the payment of the 10% down payment. Usually at this stage, you will need to apply for the FIRB approval, which the solicitor would help, or we can help as well. Once the 10% has been sent to the vendor or the developer, the contracts also that you signed will be sent to them for them to countersign, and that's called contracts exchange. Usually the FIRB approval takes less than 30 days. It varies, could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, up to 4 weeks. And once that has been approved and granted to you, your contract then become unconditional and means that you are allowed to buy this property, and you just wait for the completion. So there's nothing much for you to do until when settlement is called. While waiting for settlement, we will usually advise you, like when we know that we are say about 1 or 2 months away from settlement, we will then work with you to arrange for your finances, because when the developer issue a written notice, it's usually 14 days from settlement date. So you would have to have all the funds documents ready. Settlement is when you pay the balance of the purchase price to the developer and the ownership is granted to you, and that's when you become the rightful owner. I hope you find this video useful, but don't worry, if you need to know a bit more in detail, as usual, just contact us. Thank you.